What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jesus Conde, and today we're going to be continuing with this painting, specifically this face of this fairy. So let's get started. Alright, so this time I'm going to be putting my reference in a different way than the last video, just to show you a different method of implementing the use of reference. Last time I was using it in another window separate from the painting, and now I just copy pasted the reference at one side or just on top of the painting. You just have to make sure that that layer is blocked and you don't have any way to merge or to paint on top of that layer. Like, it will be very bad, not like incredibly bad, but I mean, it has happened to me before. It's not the best. And right now I'm just basically trying to draw a little bit of the some guide for myself to be able to paint this face. It's not a line art, so it's not necessary to be perfect at all, and it's just something that can kind of function as a way for you to compare how are you doing in terms of are the cheeks on the same place, are the bone structure of the face, like the eyelids, the eyebrows, and all of that have to certain proportions, and the only way to you to do that is to compare it. People could say, well, why don't you just trace it? And the idea behind this is that, well, sometimes you want to challenge yourself to feel, like an accomplishment, and to feel better. You can say, yes, you could literally just do photo bash this thing and put that face there and overpaint it, and yeah, I could totally do that. But this is not the point of this image. I want it to be hard, I want it to be difficult, so I don't lose my, like it's like a kind of it's a personal thing. If it was for work, I will probably photo bash it and paint on top, and you will never know I did that. Like, it wouldn't look like a photo bash thing. It will look like a painting that kind of looks like a photo. It looks like a very detailed painting. Well, actually not that detailed, but very accurate, let's say. And it will look good. It will just look good. But for me, because I wanna feel like this is a difficult process, like this is a hard process to do for myself, my personal achievement, this is the kind of stuff that I like to do for my own paintings. I want it to look like it was hard. And also, that doesn't mean that you don't get an advantage of working on digital. You can totally just copy paste other things. Like, you can copy paste things from your own painting, and you will see that on next chapters when I'm painting the mushrooms and the leaves and stuff like that. I will probably copy paste a lot of things. Right now, that reference that you see, I did modify the colors a little bit to match the best as I could to the painting that I'm doing, although I didn't quite got it. And I was using the colors from the painting and a little bit from the reference, not much, because they are a different kind of tone. The ones in the reference are a bit reddish, and the ones of the painting are a bit more yellowish, I think. And I'm just trying to see where the highlights are, where the shadows are, and trying to represent the same thing using the colors that I have from my painting, not just copying with the eyedropper, which you could totally do if it was the same. And this thing that you just saw me doing with the lips, where I just painted like really bright and then lower it down with the opacity of the layer, is something that I do a lot. I do like to paint things and then change the opacity on the layer when I don't feel too good about it, like when I'm really scared about what I'm doing, in terms of, like, I could mess this up. Fixing, of course, moving parts. If you want to do that, you can use Control Shift and C, and Control Shift C, you just copy paste everything with all the layers down, and then of course Control V to paste. If you use Control C, you will copy the layer that you're on the moment. But if you Control Shift and C, you will copy paste all the layers at the same time. Anyway, here is me trying to do the helmet, and I came to the realization that it will look bad if I just did the colors of what the bug should be. The bug is actually very dark, maybe probably black with some red or purple or some kind of colors like that, you know. Either that's the only colors that I can see on insects like that, like very dark, or actually very, very bright, like orange, really bright orange or green or something. And I was trying to go for a more like a pale look kind of thing, and it ended up, for some reason, it ended up looking like silverish kind of material, and I really like that. And I think I'm gonna try to make it work. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna explain that, but I'm gonna try to make it work that they do something to these shells that make them look silver. Is either that, or this is just an abstraction of the idea. And it would totally could be, because you don't suppose the fairies in my world don't supposed to carry gold looking things like they are carrying right now. So it could totally be just a version, like a pretty version of what's happening, and they're carrying this thing made of gold, and right now it's like a paper with a gold frame, which doesn't make any sense. And because that doesn't make any sense, it will totally make sense that they are using like a silver, I don't know, like, yeah, made of silver armor that is special just for this poster, instead of me trying to figure out the concept of having bug shells that make the armor, you know. And that's kind of the idea that I'm working on in my head right now, that this is like a version of the thing and not the actual thing. In the world of the fairies of outdoor, they will have armors made of these kind of bugs that used to eat them when they are born, and later in life they fight them, defending other fairies that are getting born, and that's where they get their shells from, their armor from. And yeah, I think this idea is kind of working for me, to do it in a way that, hey, this is a silver armor with the shape of the insects, and it's not the actual part of the insect. So yeah, sorry, I don't know if you guys totally understood that. I hope you did. I know it's a very complex idea, especially if you haven't read the comic. Like, it wouldn't make any sense, and you wouldn't actually see any of this bug kind of thing until the first episode of season 2, which is coming February 12th. So don't worry about it. Anyway, continuing. So as you can see, I didn't pay too much attention to the body of this particular fairy, more like, not like the other one, but I did spend a lot more time working on that. In this time, I tried to just keep it loose and promise myself that I was going to find reference for the next one, for the next video, and trying to fix that. That if I don't spend more time by working on the background instead of the fairies, because those parts are really forgotten right now, and I should do some progress on that. A little bit of a specular reflection on the body, and yeah, pretty cool. And This has been a really interesting experiment to do this poster. I didn't know it was gonna take so long. In my mind it was gonna be faster because I was using reference. Now it turns out it's not. I'm not using reference. Symmetry is what I'm trying to say. I thought it was gonna be faster because I was using symmetry, and now I'm not using it, so it's kinda double the time now. But it's fine because it's looking better, and that's something you can always get behind, to make an image look better than what you thought you were going to do. This is a very complex necklace. I'm not really adding too much detail to it right now, but I just wanted to sketch out what it will look like, kind of, just to have that done in terms of like progress and stuff. And yeah, this has been a really fun project to be doing, and I really hope you're liking what you're seeing. Please leave me a comment or a message. Probably I will do some comic pages in the next days because I'm kind of late with the next chapter. And yeah, thank you very much, guys. See you on the next one. Bye.